I want to give a shout out to Possum Sam. If it wasn't for him and his comments in the previous video, I would not have bought this watch. This Shanghai automatic spider watch for 56 bucks. I got it from the website goodstuff.com, and they sell quite a few affordable watches from this brand. First impressions. I bought this watch, when was it? November the 18th. It got here December the 3rd, somewhere around there. Today is December the 11th, 2020. And why did I buy this watch? The dial. I'm all about the dial. I'm all about unique, different interpretations of laying out dials and design. I've always been a Spider-Man fan, and I guess part of me, was down with that. This dial has a nice golden sunburst on the inside. It's got applied triangle hour markers, 2 at the top, indicating the 12. It's got some lume, but it is a dress watch, so the lume is weak. 35 joules, as you can see, with a Shanghai automatic movement. I don't know the caliber. See right there, Shanghai Watch Factory, self-winding. And apparently it winds in both directions. See-through case back. Acrylic glass. Look at that. The crown is signed. I don't know which way is... See, I can't see through the screen. I don't know which way is upside down or right side up, so forgive me for that. This watch band did not come with it. This is a Strapco, 18mm. But their buckle is signed, as you can see. Very light, but I appreciate that. I appreciate the lightly etched buckle signature, and I appreciate the crown having having its logo. Very lightly, but still, I'm okay with that. I prefer this over the signed crown of an Orient Bambino, which is, comparatively, I would say it's pretty much this style, very lightly edged. I might be wrong, but it reminds me of this. Stainless steel case, polished throughout. Bezel polished. This is a very stubby watch. Let's get into some of its measurements. When I tried to measure as close as possible to 3 to 9, but I can't because of the crown, I get a, let's see, where is that? A 36mm measurement. They claim 35, but wait up, I'm not done. When I measure, I think from, from 230 to 830, I get a measurement of 34.5. So you average out the difference, I guess that's why they get a 35mm case size. And it's fair. But because this is a little stubby with a height of 11.8 millimeters, it might wear a little bit bigger than a 35. And these are measurements that are perfect for me. I am wearing quite a bit of 35mm watches, like my Omega Seamaster from the mid to late 60s. I got 3 of them. I got 2 DeVilles, and I got one that just says Seamaster. Ask me the difference. There is a difference, and I seen a video on the Omega Enthusiast. Check out his video. I'm sure you guys, know more of his stuff than my stuff, because that guy knows his stuff. Shout out to the Omega Enthusiast. I watch your videos all the time, and I appreciate your knowledge. Thank you, man. You're awesome. As you can see, this has a day and date, and it also has it in I don't know if it's Chinese character or is that Mandarin. You guys correct me. Don't hesitate to drop some knowledge on me, y'all. I've been collecting watches for almost 2 decades now. But I'm still learning. There's a lot of stuff I don't know. I'm very much a novice when it comes to watches, specifically when it comes to movements. I've done some, case swapping, hand changing, but I still got to learn a lot. I wish I had more information on this watch company. I do have intentions on buying other watches from this company. They have I'm looking at a watch that very much looks like a Seiko Lordmatic 36,000 with the Arabics from the mid-60s, I believe. If you guys are familiar with that, they have one that mimics that style. And I'm thinking about getting the black dial one. That one's just a wind up. Now this one you can wind, but there's no hacking. It's a nice looking dial. I like it. My first impressions of this watch are all positive. We're looking at 56 bucks. Did I mention that? 56 bucks. Now, let me bring that up. Not the biggest fan of unboxings, to be honest with you, but I'm gonna do something I thought I'd never do on this wrist, the Dapper wrist. The outside box was this one, and forgive me for my setup isn't the best setup, but this was the outside box. Inside that box was this smaller box, and inside this box was the Shanghai box. Simple cardboard, nothing fancy. What do you expect? Pillow is garbage. It came with a letter. I feel like such a hypocrite right now, showing you all these details that I always skip through. I always fast forward, but it just basically explains how the movement might not be so accurate because it needs to have a decent wind, a decent charge. Very simple. I appreciate that. To be honest, I appreciate that. You send me a booklet with the instructions for every watch they make. I never really opened those, but I read that whole page. Most of that stuff I already knew, but I still read the whole page. The watch head was wrapped in this plastic. The watch head, I'm sure you guys are familiar with that. That was wrapped. This was wrapped over it, the watch head. Then this was taped and wrapped so that it stayed secure. All right, I'm not done yet. Then the watch itself was wrapped in this bubble tape. I paid 56 bucks and it came with, I'm not joking, the most wrapping I've ever seen on the watches that I've purchased over the internet. So it makes me think maybe the movement's not that great. I don't know. That has yet to be seen. I will make a future video after I've spent a few months with this watch. Hopefully it lasts that long. Maybe it'll stop working before that. Everything's printed on the dial. Sometimes I noticed the date seems to be lower. It's not quite leveled with the day. And sometimes I think it's just my eye playing tricks with me, tricks on me. But this, right now, it kind of looks like it's lowered. I've seen it look even lower. The other measurements, L to L, lug to lug length. We get a 40.8. Mentioned the acrylic crystal, stainless steel. Sorry, I was just looking at my notes, so that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I got right now, you guys. It's a good looking watch. I like it. I'm happy. 56 bucks. The last time I spent that much money on an automatic watch, give me a moment while I fish it out. I should have been ready, but this is off the dome. This watch. I know a bunch of you know about this watch. This watch, I bought it well over 10 years ago. And back then, I want to say I spent less than $50 on this. And I think I got it from World of Watches. Correct me if I'm wrong, you guys. Do you guys remember this watch being under 50 bucks? If it wasn't under 50 bucks, I know I got it under 60 bucks. Correct me, you guys. But back in the day, this watch was way cheaper than it is right now. Now I put in a lot of work with this watch. I work with tools. I'm a repair guy. I work with heavy machinery, and this watch went through it all. It stopped keeping good time a while ago, but I still have it. This watch put in a lot of work for less than 50 bucks, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, but I think I paid less than 50 bucks for this watch. This watch, good value for money. Let's hope that that's the case with this little pretty watch. So this is the original band, garbage. It's genuine leather, Shanghai, but it's garbage. Me, I don't buy watches because of their band. 95% of the watch bands on the watches that I purchase, they get changed. I think, in my eye, there's other watch bands that look better with that head, and I get rid of them. I'm not a big fan of croco or alligator embossed watch bands. It's just not my style. I prefer, if you've noticed already, this vintage style. I prefer a smooth leather. I do prefer some texture. I'm a big fan of genuine lizard, teju, or just the non-teju. I love texture, but I just never saw the aesthetic to croco or alligator. All right, you guys. I think I said way too much than I was expecting, but this is a cool little watch, y'all. And I look forward to the other two that I intend to buy. Not only that Lord Marble wannabe homage copy, whatever you want to call it. Shanghai Watch Factory, y'all.